Good afternoon, everyone. Robert Sophia here again. Thank you so much for your patience. We are ready to begin. Just so you know, this is a live WebEx, and it is pouring and thundering and lightning outside my window here in Florida. Incidentally, Marion County, where we are, is one of the lightning capitals of the world. So if my internet goes out, if I lose you, I'm very sorry. I apologize in advance. That happens sometimes in these electrical storms. We couldn't have anticipated this. But if that does happen, we'll pick up the ball and finish the WebEx, even if we have to record it and send you the link later. Nonetheless, first of all, thank you very much for joining us. I realize that you've taken time out of your busy day to be on this WebEx. Perhaps you've been with us through the whole series. And if so, I promise I'm going to do my best, as I have in the past, to try to make this worth your time and energy. Of course, since it is live, that means we can take your questions. Feel free to message those to me using the chat feature of the WebEx control panel, or to raise your hand, in which case, when I conclude with the major portion of the presentation, we'll take some time and answer your questions for as long as we can. Also, if you'd like the recording to be available to you later or to anybody in your office, we will be making that available on our website. So if you have to jump off and take an urgent call or something like that, you can come back and finish it later. So this is a no-pressure environment. So we're talking about YouTube today. That's because it was the last logical one in our series after we discussed Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. These are kind of the big four of social media. But a lot of the principles that we're actually going to discuss apply just as much to video in general. Not just YouTube, but video. Now, I will share some things with you about YouTube that make it unique and some good reasons to be on YouTube specifically. But if your broker-dealer or your compliance department doesn't allow YouTube, there are other channels where you can still get many benefits similar to YouTube by using them for video marketing. And let's go ahead and establish why this is so important, first of all. I want to share just a few statistics with you in case you haven't seen these before. The first one is from Social Times, and it discusses the value of having a video on the landing page of your website. So the first page, when people get to your site, using video does a lot for you. It makes your Google search rankings much higher. That's one reason. 53% more likely to show up on the first page of a Google search just for having a video on your home page. So that in itself is a good enough reason to use video. But you can layer on the reasons. Also, the amount of time people will engage with your website, thus making more mental impressions of you and your business and your services and why they should choose you as an advisor. That is all affected by whether or not you have video. Notice the average user's visit to a text and image-based website is only 43 seconds. But when you add video, the average jumps to 5 minutes and 50 seconds, according to Ad Age. Now that is a huge jump. And again, reason enough in itself to ensure that you incorporate video into your website. And finally, also according to Ad Age, customers that watch videos of products or services are 85% more likely to make a purchase. Now, we're not in retail, we know that. But you are providing services, and videos about your services or about you can have a very positive influence on a prospect's decision whether or not to choose you to help them with their financial planning and wealth management needs. Another very powerful reason lies in our own personal results here. So most of you probably know Platinum was founded by myself, Thomas Frost, and Robert Frost, who are financial advisors. Platinum is in their practice. They pick up 40 to 50 million every year in new assets. And we have been sending emails to our clients for years. These are our personal results in terms of the amount of opens that we get in an email on average when we use text only or when we add video. Notice the giant disparity here. I mean, this is tremendous. It's more than double. So this is very important for you as well. If you want to reach your clients and prospects, you can send them an email with text only, or you can send them an email that says in the subject line, video, and then immediately you know twice as many people are going to open it. And this is just according to our own research, but I'm not the only one that's had similar results. Other members of ours are having similar results. Many studies substantiate these results. And another very powerful reason for you to use YouTube especially is that it's extremely mobile-oriented. In fact, a lot of, Hey, thank you, everybody. I appreciate your patience. When the lightning went off, it just cut out our phone lines. So, again, I apologize. Okay. So it's mobile-oriented. Here's why this is so important. Everybody today is browsing the Internet on their iPhones and their iPads and their Samsung Galaxy tablets. And so YouTube is one particular video player that works great on multiple platforms, including the Apple devices, which are obviously very popular, and can be embedded easily and played easily. You don't have to worry about any special encoders. And video content tends to play much better on mobile devices than text content, which involves more scrolling and reading and resizing. So it's another powerful reason to use video, and YouTube in particular. Now, one of the things that we've done at Platinum to help you with this, with getting started with using YouTube or Vidler or Vimeo or any other video service, but we're specifically talking about YouTube here, is to provide step-by-step instructions for you, how to record a video monthly. Now, we're going to go through some of this together today, but I want to show you, if you log into the Platinum website as a member and you go to Guides and you click on Guides, what you will find is, let me log back in, under Guides there is a single-page guide, how to record a video. This has about 15 steps, one by one, which will walk you through in detail some of the things we're talking about today. So I'm going to give you an overview, but if you want the granular instructions, then you can get those directly off our website, okay, how to record a video, and you can also search for that in this field, and it'll pull that right up for you. Let's go through that together, though. Let's talk about this process. Okay. First of all, you need to either write a script, prepare an outline, or download our script. Now, there's a lot of ways to use video online. You could do dramatic productions with sound effects and graphics. We're talking getting started today. So if you're already way past me here and you want to do something really advanced, this is probably not the WebEx for you. But if you've not done this before, then this is basics. So it should be good. Download the script, write a script, or create an outline at the very least if you're good extemporaneously. Now, on the website, if you go to Platinum's homepage and you log in, you'll see where we add a new video script every month. So here we have our July 2013 video script. Also, you'll notice if you go to under Communications, there's a section for scripts. This is where we put conference call scripts and monthly video updates and basically anything that needs to be scripted. And you'll see here's our July 2013 video script. Now, the way this works is every first of the month, in this case, this July video script would have come out August 1st, recapping what happened in July. Around the first of the month, within the first couple of days, depending on how fast compliance is, we load this into our website. This is a Microsoft Word document. Now, you may need to submit it to compliance for yourself if we don't have this relationship in place with your broker-dealer already. But if we do, it's already been submitted to compliance. You have the log ID. You can print the compliance certificate. You're ready to go. You can download this document, just like I'm doing here. Here is our July stock market and economic summary video script. Now, you can go in here and edit this to make it more conversational if you want. You can change the format, get it where you're comfortable, resubmit it to compliance, however you want to work this process. Again, it's okay if you write your own too, but have something prepared, obviously, before you decide to record your video. So I just highlighted a little portion of this, and I right-clicked with my mouse, and I hit copy. Now, this is, by the way, one of a million ways to do videos, but I'm just trying to show you the simplest way to get started. Now, the next thing that I would do at this point, so I've got my script ready to go. I make sure it's compliance approved. I start my webcam. Okay, now almost every computer, laptop, desktop, it doesn't matter what it is, it's probably going to have a webcam built in. You'll notice here on the screen I've put one down for you that we use that works really well. It's the Logitech HD Pro C910. You can order that online, Amazon, many places. It plugs in. There's a disk. You put the disk in. It runs all the drivers automatically. It loads on your computer. It's very simple. And it takes good, high-quality video. Some webcams do not take good quality video, so they're not created equal. But this is one that works for us. In fact, the videos I'm going to show you in a minute we've done with this webcam. So you turn that on, and you can adjust the settings. You can adjust the lighting. You can adjust the angle. You can move it around a little bit until you're comfortable. Then, this is a great service that makes this process really easy. You can go to a service like easyprompter.com. Okay, so let's go there for a minute. Let's go to easyprompter. I'm going to pull this up here. There's a few automatic teleprompters out there. Now, it does take a little getting used to use a teleprompter, but you can actually just paste your script right here like I've done. And I can change my name, Robert Sophia from Platinum. Update this as I see fit. I can put extra spacing in between my sentences if I want to. Whatever I need for my own purposes here. So I set this up. Now I can adjust the size of the font. See, there's preview text down here. And I can adjust it to make it big or small. I can adjust it to make it fast or slow. And I can make it all caps if I want to. It just depends on what you prefer. And then I can start the prompting. Now automatically, this opens up a teleprompter. And I can just hit the play button. I can adjust the speed if I want to. Here I can slow it way down depending on how well I read this. Make the text bigger or smaller. Generally, I find if it's bigger, you won't see the eyes moving as much because they don't have to shift so much back and forth across the screen. So bigger and slower is usually best, but as you're talking, you can even adjust this if you need to. Now, you don't have to use a teleprompter. In fact, I'm going to show you something. I want to illustrate this point. I'm going to turn on my camera for a minute. Now, hopefully with the WebEx control panel, you can now see my face. Now, I want you to look at my eyes. If I'm reading this teleprompter on my screen, you might be able to tell. You might be able to tell that I'm reading. So it does take some practice to do that well. Now, when I get used to this and I have shorter sentences, I get to the point where I can read it without you telling. But one of the problems is also you lose some direct eye contact. Notice the difference when I'm reading here and talking to you versus when I read here and talk to you. You see, video is eye contact too. So if you're doing a teleprompter of any kind, if you're not looking directly at the camera or you don't have the teleprompter aligned properly, it can affect the quality of your video and the amount of interaction that you'll actually get with your audience. Some advisors that I know, they actually take a laptop, they set it up in their conference room on a table, they set their camera on a tripod, they put the teleprompter right behind the camera, and they record it that way. Others I know, very simply, they just take a piece of paper and they have it down in front of them like this, and they talk to the camera and they look down at the paper and they look at their notes, and they talk to the camera and they go back to their notes, and it's just like sitting across the desk from someone. This is fine as well. We're trying to make this really simple, and believe it or not, this kind of really simple format for a video of me talking to you and having my notes and addressing some of the key issues in the markets right now. You know, we've in the last less than 4 years, we've seen the market come up over 140%. I mean, that's a huge run-up. Now we've got the possible end of quantitative easing. We've got troubles in Europe still. We've got this turmoil in Egypt. A lot of people are concerned about whether the markets can sustain this rally. Does the housing market still have legs? You know, is the rally going to continue, or are home prices going to start falling again? Concerns that people have. And now you're just talking to them. That's all you're doing. But if you can't do this face-to-face with every single client, why not just do it with a webcam? It does take a little time to get comfortable. But once you do, with these simple tools, it's really not as difficult as you might think. Okay, so let's go back here for just a minute. So that's step 4. Then you just present. You look at the camera and you present. You go through your script whichever way that you feel comfortable. Then you can review your video. And here's the great thing about it. You don't have to use the first cut. You can do it 2 or 3 times until you get what you really like, you're comfortable with it, and then you upload it to YouTube. Now, the video webcam software that I'm recommending to you, the HD Pro C910, here's what's great about it. The interface has a button that you press when you're done recording, and it goes straight to YouTube. Straight in. You just put in your username and password, and it goes right into your channel. It's that simple. So really, really easy. And then finally, you can just embed your video on your website and distribute it. Now, maybe your eyes are starting to glaze over a little bit here. Whoa, 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 you know, embed and distribute. Well, how do I do that? Well, I'm going to show you. Don't worry, I'm going to show you in just a minute. It's not difficult. So you upload it to YouTube, you embed it on your website, and you begin to distribute it through social media, through email, and so on. This is the simplest way to get started using video. But before we move on to the next section, I want to take a minute and I want to show you YouTube. Now, what you're going to hear from me about YouTube is different than what you'd hear from a YouTube fanatic, or maybe even from a traditional social media consultant. And here's why what you're going to hear from me is different. Because I'm a financial advisor. I work with financial advisors. I know the client base of financial advisors. And I can tell you that the principles that work on YouTube for creating viral videos are probably not going to work that well for most financial advisors and their clients. And that's just candid. I mean, here are some channels. I just clicked on Browse Channels over here on the sidebar. And look what I get. I mean, you can tell as soon as you glance at these. Here's 100 channels it recommended. I have no idea why it recommended them for me because this is not my personal channel, and this is certainly not what we use for Frost & Frost for, but it shows you the characteristics of YouTube. I mean, look at this stuff. Most of it's comedy. Some of it's how-to, but most of it's science-related. So you've got comedy and science, and these people who are, frankly, just YouTube stars, but their videos are often very sensational. They're often, they spend a lot of time and money producing their videos. So if your goal is to build your business by having a YouTube channel and you're a showman or a showwoman, good for you. But that's not most of us. And I'm not here to help those people because they already know how to do this. But if you want to have a way to connect with your clients a little better, then YouTube can work great, and very simply for that. Now, the basic premise of YouTube is that everybody gets their own channel. And they can go in and you can subscribe to channels. So if I like Vsauce, that's this guy's channel, or Thug Notes, which I don't like Thug Notes, but just for the record. But if I did, I would hit subscribe, and he's got 111,000 subscribers. And then what would happen is when I go in to my YouTube, I would see all of those videos that have been recently added from the channels that I subscribe to. And there are some channels that I personally subscribe to, and I can see those videos, and they're the people that I want to see. Like I like Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, and I subscribe to his videos and a few other things. So, but most people don't go on YouTube to get financial education. That being said, do you remember how we discussed in the beginning of the presentation back on this slide? I want to just go back to this for a minute. Notice? 53% more likely to show up on the first page of a Google search. You see, Google runs YouTube. So when you have YouTube videos on your website, you show up. In fact, notice this. If I go to google.com and I type in Thomas Frost, now notice, this is one of my partners here at Platinum owns Frost & Frost Financial. Here's his LinkedIn page first, his Frost & Frost website, his Facebook, Twitter, and then right here, bam, YouTube videos. Same thing. If I do the same thing for myself, here's what's going to come up. Twitter, LinkedIn, my personal page, my book on Amazon, and then we've got here, Speaking Reels on YouTube. So YouTube will help you dominate the first page of your rankings. And this can be very good, especially if your business name or personal name is a common one, because YouTube, if somebody else who's competing with you for that space doesn't use YouTube as well, then while your website might not outrank them, perhaps your YouTube channel will, or at least it will ensure that you get on the first page. So just as a side point there, there is real value in YouTube. Now, you'll see I have one subscription here. I'm logged in as Frost & Frost, and I'm subscribed to Platinum Advisor. So when you click on a channel, like here's Platinum's channel, and I just clicked on this, and we've been using YouTube for 2 years at Platinum, putting videos on here. We have thousands and thousands of views. I don't even know how many, but look how many people actually subscribe to our channel, 71. It's not that many. And we provide some pretty solid content. But our videos have had a lot more views than that. Here's one we put with 1,200 views, 1,700 views. Some WebEx replays, 40, 50, 100 views, 73 views. My speaking reel here, 180 views. But the idea is Frost & Frost subscribes to Platinum's channel, so Platinum always shows up in Frost & Frost's feed. And now I can see their page. You see it's got some custom branding here, their logo, the background. But most of your clients probably will not go here. They'll probably just watch the videos where you embed them. And that's what we're going to talk about now. I mentioned you need to embed and distribute your videos. Well, here, since I'm logged in as Frost & Frost, I'm just going to click on my channel. And here's the Frost & Frost channel, the inside of the Frost & Frost channel. And here's Rob and Tom's monthly video updates. Now, here's what they do with these. Okay, and you'll see, you can see them here. And by the way, once you click on these, you have those options to modify them, to update them. Let me just pause this for a second. You can go in and share them. Remember we talked about embedding and sharing them and sending them out. Look at this. If you click on share, so you upload your video to YouTube, you go and you click on share, look what you have. You can, in one or two clicks right here, send it to Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Pinterest, LinkedIn, StumbleUpon, your social networks of choice, all with a couple clicks. And if you want to start the video a little late, you can adjust the settings for when it actually begins playing. You can change the audio and enhance the visuals and do different things with your video. You can see the analytics of your video by clicking on that. Who's played it? How many minutes has it been watched? Were they male or female? Where did the traffic come from? So fairly useful analytics here on every video that you load. Now going back to the share feature, I said that you should also embed your videos. So once you click on one of your videos in your channel and you hit share, you have these options, but also you see this little tab for embed. This code, this is the embed code. So if you have a website from Advisor Square or Emerald or WordPress and you want to embed your video, you grab that code, you select your size, and you paste that code into a window in your website when you log into the back end, into what's called a WYSIWYG. Most of you probably know that. It's like when you log in, you want to edit a page, and it has what you see is what you get, or a WYSIWYG. You paste this code in there, and then it recognizes that it's going to embed a YouTube video, and then it will show that on your page. Now, you have to be somewhat technical to do that. I don't mean to overwhelm you if you're not. I will tell you that at Platinum, we do that for you. So you record your video each month, and then we embed it on your website. And what else we do is we've created an email template already for you that goes into your Constant Contact account where we just put the screenshot of your video in, and you send it, and it links right to the video, which is pretty cool. And you'll see here you can also email it directly to an individual this way. But this is not, if you want to email out to all your clients and all your prospects, this doesn't work very well. So you really need to embed it in an email tool. And again, Platinum will do that for you. So if you don't know how to do that, talk to your advisor's assistant. Tell them you're interested in embedding and distributing the videos. Now the finished product for Tom is, if you go to frostandfrost.com, one of the most visited pages on their website, you can probably guess, is people click right here, video. And by the way, we use video a lot. We have a welcome video on the home page. We have the monthly video updates here, as you can see. Now, this is what a YouTube video looks like when you embed it on the website. And here they are with the sources. Clients can come here and play it. They can click here and immediately share it with their friends. And when you post this to your company Facebook page or any social media profile, it makes it easy for your clients and friends to share it as well. And so here are their videos. This is basically a monthly video blog that clients can follow, get their perspective. And if a prospect comes here and they like what they hear, it's very easy to go ahead while they're on the same page and register to attend one of their events. It's very, you could say, what's the word? It's selling, but it's very, very informational selling. It's educational selling. It's, look, we're here as educators. We're not here to be pushy. Watch our video. Come to our events. And the natural progression works very well. Then they come and come to our office. They've already seen you 3 times by the time they're ready for an appointment. They've seen you in video, they've seen you at an event, and they've seen you in person. Also, we use other videos. We've recorded more high-quality videos on a green screen with investment concepts and business philosophies, as well as some animated videos. And we produce a new animated video each month and load that on the website for you. But YouTube, obviously, is what we're talking about today. And I just want to go back to that. You don't have to subscribe to our web strategy service to do this. The monthly video update is something anybody can do with a webcam, with our scripts, with a little bit of effort. And I guarantee once you do it a couple times, you're going to get such great feedback from your clients that you'll never want to stop doing it. Now let's go through a few things about how to do this well. Point number 1, when you decide to record your video, make sure you're dressed for comfort and confidence. You're going to get in front of that webcam, and trust me, you're going to be nervous. As silly as it sounds, it's just a camera, it's just a computer, but you will automatically feel like you're on stage, and it will affect you. So look as good as you can look, but also wear something that you're comfortable in that reflects your personality well. And then sit or stand up straight. Some people do much better delivering standing. Some people do better sitting. Test it both ways. The first time you're going to do this, give yourself a couple hours. When you get this down pat, you can do it in 15 minutes a month. But the first time, give yourself a couple hours and experiment a little bit. Film yourself sitting, film yourself standing, try it close up, try it further back. And mind your body language. Make sure you're not fidgeting with your hands or playing with the piece of paper that's in your hand for your notes or whatever the case might be. It will get picked up on the video. A lot of people, when they do video, they just think that their face is going to be the only focal point, but people will notice those other observations as well. And thank you for the help with that. Somebody said I spelled straight wrong. Sit up straight. You're right, Kim. Thank you very much. It's straight, S-T-R-A-I-G-H-T, not S-T-R-A-I-T. What would I do without my trusty proofreaders? Thank you, Kim. Also, you want to smile with your eyes. Now, this is a little trick that some people have told me works for them. Look at the camera like you're looking at a child or at, I know this is silly, but at a puppy. I've heard people say that. There's a certain warmth that you can lose when you're using a webcam. If you can really work on having that warmth in your eyes, it will come through the camera, and it will allow you to make a more personal connection with people. Also, use your natural voice. There's this funny thing that happens. I've seen it. I've helped a lot of advisors with this, and I've seen it happen. I talk to them on the phone. I see them in person. They're themselves. I know them, and they get on the camera, and all of a sudden, their voice changes dramatically, and they believe they are a newscaster. And they come across as stiff and rigid, and it's terrible. So just be yourself, be natural, talk like you're talking to a client across the desk from you. And at the same time, mind your 3 Ps. The 3 Ps, you ready? They are pitch, pace, and pausing. Pitch, pace, and pausing. I know I have a little bit of a higher voice. I have a tendency when I get excited, my voice gets even higher. I have to be very conscious of my pitch, that it doesn't get too high and excited. And for other people, it's too low. You don't want to talk in a monotone and drone on and on and on, or people will tune off your video very quickly because they get bored, and there's no pausing and no pitch changes. So do give some thought to the quality of your speaking on a video. Pitch, pace. Don't get nervous and talk too fast. Make sure it's a slow, steady, comfortable pace, and then pause frequently between thoughts. Very important. Make eye contact with the camera like we talked about. Of course, smile with your eyes. Make sure you have water next to you in case you get a little dry mouth, or have a nice big glass of water before you begin. There's nothing worse than being halfway through a video and realizing how thirsty you are and that you have dry mouth. Take time to breathe. Don't rush through it. Just make sure you're relaxed. Get in your little Zen place before you start your video. Breathe, relax, and just chill out. Don't be nervous. You can delete it. You don't have to use it. Actually, it's kind of interesting. If you go back and you look at the videos that we recorded on the Frost and Frost website back in like December, and then they progress through the year, the video quality gets better and better. The performance gets better and better, and that's just because they became more and more relaxed. The more relaxed you can be up front, the better your videos will come across. Okay, so that's the conclusion of this WebEx on YouTube. Hopefully that's enough to get you started. If you want some more assistance, we will be happy to provide it. We've got a team of individuals here who will walk you through these steps personally. Your advisors, assistants in our office know this process. They'll guide you and they'll help you get these videos on your website. As you know, this has been the fifth in a series of WebExes. These were the dates that we held the past WebExes. They are all available on our website. In fact, if you go to platinumstrategies.com, just to point this out to you, there is a resources tab on our website. And under resources, there is a videos section. And when you click on that, you will find that each of these recorded training sessions on Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, social media compliance, and so on, as well as this YouTube WebEx will be here for your future viewing. At this time, what I'd like to do is use the last 15 minutes, as we typically do, for questions. So we will not be recording the question and answer portion, so don't worry if there's no silly questions, and we'll be happy to answer those at this time.